having some agreements with companies in general, like companies that work in Casablanca, and
Yeah, we do.
try to have their employees work with you, or have just those team building sessions?
We do team buildings on request. We do that, and we have some agreements with some companies. It's usually 10 to 15% off, and they have some stuff that we give them, like some perks. So, for example, they can give, depending on the companies, 5 to 10 initiation sessions for free to their clients or to their employees. We have some agreements like that. Yeah. We do that, but this is we do that, and this is our next growth segment. This is where we're going now. So this is what we started doing about a year ago, and now we're kind of starting to push a little harder on that. So what's going to happen is that we're hiring a new coach right now, and we're going to free one of us' time and spend more time doing business meetings and trying to get more of these companies to sign up, stuff like that, and have someone else do the workouts at the gym. Yeah.
I feel like people know more CrossFit as the method of working out than the company itself. So why would you say the franchise fee to have the name CrossFit instead of just having a regular name of your gym and offering CrossFit workouts?
Well, for two reasons. First of all, I wouldn't be allowed to call it CrossFit if I didn't pay it. And second one is, honestly, just out of honesty. He did create that thing. He did invent it. I would be pissed off if I invented something and someone came and used it without ever telling me, or without paying me a fee for it if I wanted a fee, or without... You know what? I'm an amateur photographer, and I do photography for fun. And one day I walked into an exhibit, and there was this so-called artist that was doing collages, and one piece of one of my photographs was there, and my name wasn't even mentioned, and I got pissed off. So I wouldn't have asked for any money. I don't do that for money. But the fact that it was not recognized. So honestly, just a matter of intellectual honesty. And I've been to cross-training places. I've had clients that came in from places that did cross-training without calling themselves CrossFit, and they were all subpar. They were all of lesser quality. So I just don't believe in that. You can do that. You can call yourself cross-training or whatever. You can call yourself something else. But and it has happened. Actually, if you go to Australia, you will find a series of fitness studios called F45. There's 500 locations in Australia, and there's like 2 in the US now. And F45 is CrossFit on the screen. So instead of having a coach, you have a big screen that repeats the movement of the workout, and you just have to follow the screen. And yeah, it's good for you, but that's not what I'm doing. So I think it's a choice. You can choose to do something. You can choose to do it differently. I think if you choose to do it differently, you're always going to be of lesser quality. You can say what you want, but of all the little construction blocks that exist on the market, Lego is still the best one. Because not only when you have a name to defend, you strive to defend it. When you don't have a reputation to defend, and your name can change from one day to the other without any consequences for you, you don't have the same drive. I don't believe you have the same drive. But, for some people it works, so good for them. Yeah? Yeah?
So concerning the Moroccan side, the legal side, when you want to have these franchising contracts, what are the challenges, or is there anything that you need to take into account?
Okay, so there's a few things that you need to take into account, and I'm going to get into that. I don't need a word for that. There is some legal issues. The first one is when we opened the first CrossFit location and we went to the local authorities and we were like, here, we're opening a fitness club, we need an authorization for that. Their first reaction was, we have no idea what this thing is. Please go to the Ministry of Sports and let us know what happens. And so we did. We went to Rabat and we were like, hey, there is this thing called CrossFit. It's a sport. Here's what it is. Here's what it does. And the ministry was very responsive within 2 months. And was like, sure, no problem, go ahead, do that. So yeah, you're into, especially if you're walking in new territory, if you're opening new territory, you are suspicious in a certain way. So that's one thing, but also the fun part is the local authorities in our annual location, our first location, were like, we're not gonna touch this, we're not the ones to give you an authorization to open your fitness club. You go to the ministry, you get an authorization, you go. When we opened the Anfa location and we went to the local authorities, which is a separate district in Casablanca, they were like, we don't care about your authorization from the ministry, we are the ones that are supposed to authorize you because you are in our district. So different local authorities will tell you different things. I think one of the most hilarious examples was, so there is a buildings commission, like building regulation, and there is the fire department who also have their regulations. And they told us we had to have the exit doors at different locations that were mutually contradictory with each other. So one was like, you cannot have a door that goes into the alleyway, and the other one was like, you have to have a door that goes into the alleyway. And so in the beginning we didn't know what to do. We were about to tear down a wall, we were about to do a lot of things. And we ended up wising up and solving that matter in the most Moroccan way possible that I'm not going to get into. But yeah, sometimes you don't really have a choice.
As in general, do you know any brands that do license instead of franchising?
I have no idea of other businesses that do that. I know there is Yoga works kind of, not really. Yoga is not really a brand, so you can use it. I can go and open a yoga studio and say, hey, I'm Yoga. But there is this kind of registration that works, which is called RYT, and registered yoga schools and registered yoga teachers, where you have this kind of yoga.com that tells you, oh, these guys are registered. But it doesn't really work that way. But no, I don't know of any other things that work like that, and I think this is the next thing that people are going to have to get inspired from, because it did disrupt the fitness industry, yeah, but I think it has this model has the ability to disrupt way more industries than that. Yeah.
On what basis have you chosen your second location?
On the basis of sturdy construction. So originally we wanted our location to be somewhere else, and we did everything that we were supposed to do in order to open there. And then we studied the integrity of the building, and not us, but the architect told us that there might be a risk if we have very heavy bars that fall down on the floor. So
Which happens every few minutes.
Yeah. So we have a very specific type of business, and we need very specific type of building. So that was a very, very big factor in the way we chose our second location. We wanted it to be far from the first one. That was kind of the first requirement. Yeah.
But like related to consumers, for example, you said that a convenience. For example, for the first location, you said that the tramway and, for example, people that come with the car don't have a space to park. Have you chosen a location that has more open spaces for parking?
Yeah,
or
that was one of the reasons why we were there, but not the only one. Honestly, at this point in time, there is so little CrossFit gyms, so little CrossFit boxes in Casablanca that you can literally open a map, put a point in wherever those CrossFit locations already exist, and go the other side of town, and you'll have people sign up. Honestly, because location is almost everything. The people that we have come in at our Anfa location, some of them have never set foot in the NY location. Never. They just never went there. The first clients we signed up in Anfa were some people that came, tried a class in Anuel like years before we opened Anfa. The number of your clients that are going to start thinking that they can do better than you and that they can wisen up is larger than the number of your clients that are going to be nice to you. The number of your suppliers that are going to try to get more money out of you is larger than the ones that are going to be honest with you. And the number of your clients that are going to try not to pay is pretty large. And so you have to be nice to everyone, you have to be tough with everyone, and you have to know what you're worth, and you have to have the smarts of asking people who know what is worth what. Because that's a real problem we are facing in Morocco. We don't know, a lot of things we don't know what they're worth. So, and I think people really have no idea what things are worth because of a very, very simple observation. One of the best-selling mid-sized luxury sedans in Morocco is the Mercedes C-Class, which is about 40% more expensive here than anywhere else in the world. And I have no idea why people buy it. So yeah, people don't know what things cost here.